Hello, everyone. Welcome out to Hermes Heist, a 2-hour one-shot where we will be robbing a vault where the gods have hidden something away. I am joined by a wonderful cast of 6 people, and as you can see them all around here, before we get started, let's go introduce everyone, where you might find them, and then I'll introduce you to the world. Just before we do get started, though, on that, this world is inspired by Greek and Norse mythology, among other mythologies. It is inspired by not a direct kind of straight kind of just takeover. It's an interpretation. So you'll see a lot of just changes here and there and a lot of inspiration. But let's go ahead and introduce everyone. I'll go around this way. So we'll start with OldLadyGamer.
Hello, I am OLG. I am inspired by old ladies in gaming. You can find me at OldLady_Gamer on Twitter, where I talk about stuff. And sometimes I'm on Twitch too, which is OldLadyGamer. That's me.
And then I move over to Memento.
Hi there, I'm Imogen. I'm a games journalist normally during the day, during the night I normally stream. At the weekends I often stream archery, which is great. And yeah, basically just do everything to make a bit of a fool of myself day to day. So yeah, that's me.
Cyarin.
Hello, I'm Cyarin or Laura. I'm an artist and an illustrator from the Netherlands, and you can find me under Cyarin with an E on Instagram and Twitter. That's where I post my drawings, and sometimes I should post as well. So
You're in good company.
Yeah.
Drop it down to Tomato, please.
Hi everyone, I'm Tomato. That's my Twitch name as well. Tomato. I tricked the Twitch admins into giving me it. They took it from a different person who doesn't use the name, so I got it now. Aside from that, that's where you can find me. I don't tweet, so don't go there. Just the Twitch is fine. Thank you.
The tweets are good. His tweets are good.
They
The tweets are good. By the way, thank you to Americans who woke up in the morning for this. Dave.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dave. That's about all you need to know about me.
Tell them about your channel,
I don't
Dave.
have anything. I'm sorry, I don't.
Man of
I have a
mystery.
Twitch. If you can find that, there's some numbers attached to my name that I'm not very proud of.
Some numbers.
So, thanks. Is that the right way? That is the right way. Thank you, Tomato.
And then Strippin, please.
What's up, guys? My name's Sam. You can find me on Twitch and the various socials as Strippin. I play games badly.
Cool. And hello, I am the Dungeon Master for today. I am Joe Fudge. You can find me under that name as well as, and I DM a show called Godforged every Sunday at 8 p.m. BST, or what time are we Eastern? 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
But with all of that out of the way, as we only have a couple of hours, let us get into Hermes Heist. So, to set the scene a little bit. In a world full of mythologies, Hermes Heist takes place in a small town in the southern coast of a place called Mesogaia. Now, Mesogaia you would know as ancient Greece. In recent years, the Mesogaians and the Midgardians have discovered one another through the means of their pantheons, the Olympians and the Asgardians. The two pantheons met one another, shared festivities, envoys, and all was well for a short period of time. Before, on one fateful visit, when Zeus poisoned the world tree Yggdrasil, Odin declared war on Olympus. And since the two pantheons had been battling, but their worlds needed to merge, and they couldn't merge the two realms through such a vast distance, so they found the bridge realm of Athela, comparable to Arthurian legend. But that is only the backdrop. Our story is much smaller, but it will have rippling effects for years to come in this war. It takes place in a small fishing town known as Nasia, known for its fishing and its coastal merchants and bringing in various goods through its kind of river tradeways. The only thing that's actually admirable about this small fishing town is its vast bank network run by a griffin known as the Goldmaker. We're about to follow a group of thieves as they try and break into the vault. Unbeknownst to them, their actions today will have rippling effects on all of the stories to come. So, The group of thieves have already met up. They're in the basement of a man named Stavros' house. Their middleman who has put the group together. Let's begin by saying at the front door, opening it up, undoing the locks of it, pulling the chain and then the next lock and the next one, and slowly opening the door. You see this middle-aged man, graying beard, kind of dark hair interwoven between, a haircut that kind of shows that he's trying to keep as much of his balding head from showing as possible, wearing kind of a toga and but wrapped kind of vestments underneath like linen. Slowly opening the door. Cyarin, do you want to describe your character as they stand there outside?
My character is a tiefling paladin. He's about 42 years old, much taller than I am. About, I think he was like 6'4" or something. That's what I said. Yeah, he's a grumpy old man, long brown hair, kind of a dirty red colored, like not very like pristine, very light green eyes, and not very smiley.
So, stood right in front of your paladin, you see the middle-aged man. He kind of opens the goes, "Oh, Def, you're here. Good to see you. All right, head on in then. Come on."
Skip the formalities. Let's get in.
Closes the door behind you, kind of peeps through the little hole, looks around in the street first, and begins locking up. Kind of pulls at his neck, just kind of crudely just scratching it, which you see this kind of red rash across his neck, and he looks at you. "They're gathered below. Now, okay, if you would like to follow me." He begins walking down the hallway, heading towards the staircase that leads down into the wine cellar. You're in kind of a small estate house. It doesn't look like it's anything special, kind of a front. And he looks at you. "Now, I've got to be honest. The team is capable, but they're a little strange. All right? So, take it with a pinch of salt." He opens the door. "After you." You see a staircase heading down into a wine cellar, kind of a stone slab staircase, built out of concrete and kind of brick. At the bottom is a door. "Go on then. Go meet the team."
I'm trying not to gag because of the smell coming out.
Yeah.
But he's gonna walk downstairs, open the door, peek inside, and turn back.
So, you would see inside. It's a bricked out wine cellar with several kind of caskets on the wall and cases on the wall of just barrels and wine barrels. You'd see a table in the center. It's got like a rolled out parchment drawn map across it. A pile of gold sat just kind of right next to the map on the table. Quite high, probably a few hundred gold pieces there. And around the room, you'd see the various people. Right in the corner, though, to finish one last description, is you'd see an elderly lady just knitting away, wearing kind of a green gown. You'd see her kind of her white hair interwoven with various flowers, and she sits there rather kindly and just kind of smiles to you, sitting in her own little corner. But around the room, you would see the gathered thieves. Let's start with Photius, Strippin. Do you want to describe your character, what you're doing?
Yeah, you see a hand swirling a glass of red wine. This is a younger man, well dressed, distinctly average build, olive skin. He's got an angular, pretty handsome face and short hair. There's honestly nothing particularly interesting about this man. He's clearly not a fighter. Yeah, it's just a very average human, slightly handsome, perhaps by design. There's nothing special about him. He swallows his wine and he occasionally takes a sip, and he's, disinterested and staring at the ceiling. Did we have to meet in such a dreary place?
Well, it keeps it kind of, secretive. I thought the place was quite fitting. Sorry though, Mr. Photius, it'll do for now.
This smell is not fitting of me. The wine is fine, though.
This is Death, everyone. He's a tough fella. That one there's Photius. Got quite the silver tongue on him. And then...
So they say.
Yeah. The eyes pan over to Memento.
9 is polishing her maul. She is a changeling, and the first thing that you notice about her is that she's pink, head to toe. Anything that can be pink is pink. So her eyes, her hair, her skin. Her maul, however, is this massive gold and pink weapon. As she's only about 5'3", you wouldn't think that she'd be able to even wield such a weapon. But she is cradling this thing as if her life depends on it. All she says is, "Ciao, darling."
That one is 9. She's capable. You see that maul in her hands? She's a tough nut.
Are you
And he
kidding
looks-
me?
Over to Tomato. You want
Hi.
to describe yourself?
I play Flagrum. He would be an average build Furbolg if not for his arms being certainly much larger than his legs, to the point where it was noticeable, almost like a Furbolg sort of gorilla. You look over at him and you'd see him, you'd sneeze all over the table immediately. Just this horrible mess. He'd spill the wine everywhere. Yes. Hey Joe, how many plants? How much foliage is there outside of our hideout right now?
Well, it's kind of Mediterranean weather, so you'd get like kind of bursts of it and kind of dry grass right outside, but there's a big greenery and garden nearby. So you're probably getting a lot of the pollen in the air from
You
there.
never told me. You never told me where the hideout would be. I asked you. I asked for the hideout to be in a place of urban development for this exact reason, sir.
Well, I didn't realise it was this strong. I chose a paved place.
He obviously has trouble breathing. Even as you say this, he's gonna exhale. You can tell just looking at him. His nose is red. His eyes are crusty. He's experiencing a severe allergic reaction to the pollen in the air right now.
Do you want me to get you something?
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is fine. He's gonna sneeze again, all over the table a second time.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I'm
Just the
sorry.
wine.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
Sneeze at the wall or something.
He's gonna slowly swivel his chair around to face the wall, sort of. You see this sort of sad gorilla-looking Furbolg just rubbing his nose, staring at the wall.
I think at this point, Def is just kind of looking back and forth between
They're capable.
everybody.
I swear. I swear they're good. Yeah, check this one out.
And he looks towards Dave.
So you see a very small creature, sort of like around 4 feet tall, a little plant-based fellow with a big mushroom hat on his head. He's got little trinkets around him, and he's got a little magical hammer, and he's hammering away at little things. And occasionally, whenever someone speaks, he props up and looks over to the wine. And he's just thinking to himself, muttering things very quietly, you know, but sort of keeping away, not trying to be too loud or too bombastic.
Okay.
That one there. What was your name again? Where's?
Oh, dude, my
Was-
name's Wesro, bro.
Dave,
That's it.
you promised. Do it. You promised.
Yeah, that one always takes you a little unaware whenever it speaks.
Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry. I'm going through some stuff right now, dude. It's a little hard to like focus and keep things together. I'm going through a lot. I'm blooming right now, so it's pretty rough on me. Got mood swings and the like, so you know.
Flagrum's
crazy.
gonna just fucking glare at this pollen exporting just monster that's sitting a couple feet from him, try to slide farther
Your
away.
literal kryptonite.
I'm in a fever dream, honestly.
You got a fever, bro? You good?
Yes, I'm good. Go back to tinkering.
All right, dude, just checking.
Can you guys hear
You
Joe
see-
right now?
No, I'm not talking. No,
Okay.
you see Stavros is counting. he's counting and miming the words, numbers to himself. Wait a minute. There's meant to be 6 of you. OldLadyGamer, do you want to describe yourself?
I do. You see a giant pile of coins next to a bag with what looks like some maps in it. And you might hear a faint little snoring noise. And then suddenly the coin pile shakes itself. And you see a little Riofer, a little kind of kobold-looking person. She's about 2.5 feet tall, and she doesn't look like coins when she stands up. She looks like a little person, but when she rolls into a little ball, she looks just like a pile of coins. She kind of stands up on the table and looks around.
You'd also, by the way, have a little bit of snot just kind of dripping down you from when he says.
I don't. Wait, what is this? She starts trying to like shake it off.
Oh, it's leaky roof.
Oh.
All right. I think I'm gonna go. This is
No,
absolutely a joke. No, absolutely not. This is
Telling me.
He starts heading towards the door.
Lux
He kind of moves
starts
to block
like
him.
she's waking up.
He pushes back up against the door and kind of close it. Listen to the proposition first. Trust me, it's a good deal. All of these ones, they don't look the part, but they're capable.
I certainly do look the part.
Just about the only thing that was interesting about this whole entire room was the pile of gold that was just a person, I guess. I don't know what the... I'm gone.
Hi.
I'm out of here.
Listen to
Everybody.
the proposition before you make your decision. All right?
Fine.
And that over there in the corner, by the way, she is our benefactor for this. Her name is Gwenther.
Hello, dear. I won't get involved in. Yes, hello to
Raise a
you.
glass.
I won't be getting involved in all of the robbery and just thieves and tactics. It's a little bit too jumpy for me, but I'm here to make sure everything's okay.
Just goes back to kind of knitting this kind of small little hat. Stavros steps up to the table and unravels the parchment out. Look, gather round. Now listen,
Fine.
here's the deal. A few days ago, the old lady came to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll explain to them. And she told me that long ago, they built on top of her grove. She wanted me to go and collect from this vault what was it? A twig?
A whip, darling. It's how you regrow a tree with some fruit on it.
Yeah. Okay, a whip from the tree. This heart tree is in the center of their vault. I told her it's not worth it. We get to keep whatever we want in the vault, just a bunch of gold. What would they keep in this fishing village? I was about to decline, but then here's the kicker. She said, just 2 nights ago, a group of soldiers from one of the eastern cities came passing through with a wagon. On that wagon was a crate, and they've put it right down in the deepest vault of the bank.
A crate?
No, okay, it's what's in the crate that is important. Now, here's the big kicker, right? No, I'll tell him. That crate's
Somebody tell me.
contents. Yes, okay, yeah, look, I was trying to build up atmosphere, all right, Mr. Photios, all right? So, the contents of that crate will be heading to a ship tomorrow night. That ship will go out into sea, and the crate will be lowered down into the sea to Atlantis, to be put into a god vault, never to be seen again. Poseidon's eye for watch. So right now, whatever is in that crate is wanted by the gods, and it is in the most accessible place. Now, granted, it is a vault, but it is a vault that can be broken. That's what you lot are here to do. And the rest of the gold and everything, you could take whatever you like, as long as you get a whip for the old bird.
Yes, that's just fun with all.
Right. So, he points down the map on below you all. You see a kind of square courtyard. It's an overhead map. You see a square courtyard. You'd see on the southern side a temple-like building from top view. This is the bank's entrance. You see that they've kind of marked on a couple of X's where they say guards usually are. The bank entrance kind of goes into this courtyard. In the center of the courtyard, you see a garden. You'd see a small house where people might live on site. The western side of the wall seems to have building construction on it. You can see it's kind of labeled out with scaffolding. You can see, though, it's also got a military camp nearby. So it's probably the more guarded side, but it does have the weakest wall. You'd see on the eastern side is closest to the town, where more populace might be, where you might be able to blend in. The southern side is how you might, if you want to go for a frontal approach and walk through the doors. And then the northern side kind of hangs off a cliff. It's a deep drop, but it doesn't seem to be as guarded as the other sides. He looks across and goes, all you gotta do, get inside, get down into the vaults, find the big vault at the bottom, break it open, take what's inside, get out. That's it.
Hey.
All right.
What's the catch?
What do you mean, what's the catch?
Well, there's always a catch.
Oh, it's a little dangerous. There was one thing I didn't say, but
Yes, there probably was one thing you didn't say. What is it? Out with it.
they do have one guard who's patrolling around.
Just one guard?
Well, one among many, but one that you should probably keep a little bit of an eye out for.
Okay.
What's the deal with that?
Well, his name, he's a demigod. And his name is Achilles.
Achilles.
He has kill like in his name.
He does. And he's good at it. But I'm sure he'll be fine, you know?
My price just doubled.
Take whatever you want from the vault. You can take as much as you like. Whatever you need.
Stavros, when we're done with this and we have the crate and the whip, you promise that you guys aren't gonna call me Lux anymore, right? I'm gonna have a thief name.
Yeah, sure, Lux, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's gonna be like Mistress Shadow. Mistress. I'm
Sure.
workshopping it.
Yeah, you make it out of this
done.
one. We'll call it whatever you want,
That's
Lux,
it.
all right? All right, this one here, by the way, everyone, Lucky Charm. Kept took around on a couple of jobs and it's worked. So far, so good. Anyway.
I'm not convinced. This seems like a terrible idea. But obviously, Dev is now already trusting Photios a little bit more because he seems to ask the right questions. Just kind of scoots over a little bit closer towards him to be able to have a conversation later.
Anyway, so my job was to put you guys together. I don't know the ins and outs. Good luck with it. How about that? And he goes and kind of grabs a chair, sits on it backwards, leans on the side of it, and just kind of watches as you guys talk. So, how do you want to do this?
Do we want to do this?
we want to do this?
It could be a really short one shot.
All right, bros, listen up. This is how it's gonna go down. I don't know who you people are. You don't know who I am either. So this is what I want to do. As the most intelligent of the group, most likely.
Stop talking.
Based on...
You're the
Stop
smartest.
talking.
No, darling, I
All
will,
right, bro.
please stop, please.
Flagram's
Is there
gonna
a
turn his
problem?
chair around towards the map and scoot himself up. Which sides did you say had gardens on them? He's gonna look over at you, Joe. Look over.
We're
at
going
you.
to go around the room, and we're going to see what everyone's strengths are before we proceed.
Okay.
I'm not being funny.
I think
I think some of you shouldn't be here. You're lost.
Is there a problem, bro? Sorry, is there a problem, bro?
Well, what can you do?
Well, I'm a mushroom. I'm kind of into that. They call us the Amanita. I'm 6 weeks old, so I'm blooming right now. Sorry, I'm
You're
blooming
6
right
weeks
now.
old. How much experience do you have doing this sort of stuff?
Well, we're trained in combat from birth, so I'd say about 6 weeks experience, you know what I mean?
Stolen already.
So I
Did you
know
steal
people who
stuff
have done it for
already?
less.
Only hearts. I've only stolen hearts.
Oh.
Answer your garden question there, Mr. Flagram. Look at the center of the map. You can see in the center of the courtyard, behind where the bank actually is, but in the actual courtyard itself, is a lovely garden. It's marked out and drawn up like hedgerows and loads of different flowers. It's a maintained garden with gardens.
We should not go there. We should go around that.
We have to go there.
We should find a different way through this area. He's going to point again at all of it. Like, just his whole man is going to cover that whole spot.
Did you
What can you do
I
besides be sick at foliage?
can
there's something
throw.
on?
He's gonna just pick up one of the bottles of wine and just huck it at the wall as hard as he can.
You just see Stabs go, the old lady just kind of
Skill?
I
Can you throw stuff?
I can throw. He's gonna nod again and he's gonna throw another bottle at the wall. This
Okay,
time
enough,
thinking that you just
enough.
didn't notice the first time.
Wasting good wine.
Jesus.
He is really good at it, though.
All right.
Well, throw it.
If you can move away from the parchment, I would prefer to be able to read it later. Keep your hands off of it. Thank you.
He starts
Lux
winding
is-
up a sneeze at the parchment.
No.
Lux is absolutely she's standing on the map taking notes.
Photius, you're asking everyone else what they can do, but what can you do? You're here
What,
in the.
what can't I do? I'm sure the only reason I'm here is to
Please
keep you all
enlighten
together.
me.
Have a
Can you
baby.
throw me, bro?
Expert forgerer, actor, impersonator, information
So what, are you
collector.
what are you going to do? Manipulate Achilles then? Is that your plan?
I could, if I wanted.
To ask him on a date?
No, maybe. What's it to you? What can you do? It's
Oh, do you
look
have
like a
picture
bag of
Achilles?
coins.
I love a picture.
I'm a really
There's
good.
tons of pictures of Achilles. There's
really-
literally art of him everywhere. What do you mean?
There's a lot of pottery of Achilles. He's very famous.
Look over there. That pot barely missed by flag.
You just see a pot over in
right,
one
that
corner,
one.
and it has this like warrior just standing over like a pile of bodies just on the side of it, just smiling, like a glint kind of coming off the pot.
Seems like a nice man. Probably
Stavros just
better
going to turn and just turn the pot around to try and keep everyone's motor high.
Well, I am really good at stealing stuff. They take me everywhere, everywhere on every mission. I go along, and I'm.
That's good. That's a good skill.
Really,
We could probably use
really
a
good.
thief
I think I'm
in a heist.
Yeah, I think after this one, then I get to become a master thief. What can you, the tall man? You seem really grumpy. What can you do besides be really grumpy?
I have about 20 years of experience, and I would like to
Stealing
ask
stuff?
every single one of you, how much experience do you have with jobs like this?
How much? Wait, 20 years experience, like just stealing stuff, or like killing people too, or being nice ever? Do you have the experience in that?
Honorable enough. That's all you need to know.
Being cagey,
Come on.
that's a talent you have.
Experience
Let
isn't
me
measured
know.
by
How
time.
many years?
20 years experience is you just saying you're old. I know you're old. I can see you're old.
And how, dude? Totally, dude. Yep. You're all old.
The mushroom agrees with me, although
He's
right.
6 weeks old.
I don't see what he has to offer
I
just
don't-
yet. But
Food?
Me?
Probably.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Sorry. Don't do
That's
that.
something.
Don't do that, okay? We have a lot of problems with people trying to eat us because of berserkers and stuff. It's wild.
Oh.
If you need to go crazy and berserk, I'm your man. I can do that for you, but you don't come at me, okay?
Do we
No,
have to-
It's bad.
Do you have to take a bite of you to go berserk?
Well, you can take a small bite, a sniff. You can
Are you poisonous?
mash it into a stew. Yeah, I'm poisonous. Yeah, pretty poisonous. I
oh,
think,
lovely.
anyway,
We've just
my-
been breathing in your spores this entire time.
He's
Don't worry, I
actively
turned it on
emitting
and off.
spores, right?
It's.
Can we see
no,
this?
I turned it off when we came in. It's
You
like
can turn it off?
well, you know, like it's something deep within me. Like I don't just turn it on or off. It's I gotta feel it. You know, I gotta be in the mood.
9, what
I
can you
gotta be-
do?
Well, well, that's a good question actually. I just hit things mostly.
Oh, wonderful. Perfect. We'll find a job for you. No worries.
Don't worry about it, darling. I'll be here if you need me.
I have a plan. He's going
I
to.
don't believe this will be a
Flagram's
good
going
idea.
to stand up and he's going to point at the cliffside. We lure the guards to the cliff and then I throw them off of it.
This cliff is
Problem
nowhere
solved.
near our intended destination. What are you saying?
We lure them outside and we throw them off of the cliff. He's going to nod
What do
again
we
with a
lure
big
them with?
smile. Man, so
Perhaps we should case the joint, someone.
Does anybody
many-
here have any experience breaking in places? Let's start with that.
this one is small. Flagram's going to point at Wesro. I could throw him over the wall and he could case the joint. Flagram's going to slowly nod again with another smile.
I could also just walk inside. I mean, we're getting a bit weird here, but
Actually, there's something I got an idea. So part of my training was covert ops and how to defend your people and your nation from like outside invaders.
part of your 6-week
So-
training, which is your
Yes.
entire lifetime.
Wow.
That's right. We're
Okay.
trained warriors, but I'm a little different from the warriors, you see. So I have a little move I like to call Wesro's fantastical, magical, and very strange alter self spell that allows me to change the way I look so that predators don't eat me. I also have a small homunculus by the name of Charles Montgomery Jr., no relation to any other real-life people you may know, but we're a team. We go in there and we kind of cause chaos. I put spores on him. He drives him nuts. We laugh and then we leave. Really,
Oh.
yeah.
So let me get this straight. You can alter self to be something else that's a few feet tall.
8 feet, just about 8. So I don't know
8
how big this
feet?
Achilles guy is, but if you teach me how he looks, I've never heard of him or seen him before in my 6 weeks of life, unfortunately. But if he's on the pod, I could probably make one of you guys or me look like him or something like that.
How long can you stay in that form for?
I think like an hour, probably more or less that much.
Probably. Have you done it before?
I did it this one time to try and impress my mom. She died afterwards, but like
Oh.
she was. I'd imagine she didn't die because of me. But
Like she
I
didn't
don't, you
die
never
from
know.
being impressed?
I don't really remember because it wasn't training, so
Oh.
it's a little awkward. But yeah, she's dead now.
I would like to leave the cellar and
Yeah.
inspect.
When I get
Yeah,
mad,
it's a good, I think that's a good idea. I think
breathe
maybe
fire sometimes.
maybe we reminisce if anyone survives. All right. You can probably find the bank just round the corner. You just have to walk down the road for a minute or two.
We could just
Okay.
say that we need to deposit me in the bank.
What
No. And somebody else should go
Maybe.
in too.
Photius, I feel like you would be a good fit for maybe introducing yourself and looks as a deposit. What do you think?
I think that's pretty much what I'm good at. So I think we should just go, and I will inquire as to opening an account, and we can get the lay of the land
Are
before
you gonna
we.
use a fake name?
What?
A fake name. You're gonna use your real I would like to deposit a lot of money in your bank, and my name is Photius, and then they would know that you're bad, or are you gonna say my name is Gary?
Photius is a talented man, okay? He knows about making a fake name. Photius is a very
Like, really,
talented.
I just
Were we
wanted to know if it
supposed
was
to
a
use
cool
fake
name.
names this whole
For all you
time?
know, my
Flagram's
name
gonna
is
put
fake.
his face in his hands. I already messed it up.
I'm leaving.
I would-
I'm going there now.
All right. And he opens the door for you, kind of steps aside. Good luck out there, everyone. And you see the old lady in the corner.
Yes, just a whip, please.
Okay. Are you heading outside to kind of case the joint?
Yeah, we'll start
All right.
walking.
So, leaving out of the small kind of house, you step out onto the roads. You can smell the sea air and hear the kind of buzzing town as it's kind of the middle of the day. So you hear the kind of small bazaar that's been set up in the marketplace where people are just shouting like you hear, fish, fresh fish, we got all sorts, tuna, tuna, tuna. And you hear other people being like, cloths, we have cloths for the winter seasons, coming. You hear all this kind of just shouts of various kind of foods and items being sold in the marketplace. That kind of covers up most of the sound. You'd be heading out, and after like a minute or so, in the crowds of people, you would see the temple building of the bank, with the courtyard around it. You see a couple of people walking the wall around the actual courtyard itself. The actual bank itself has 2 guards just outside the front, pillars coming down before like a wide arch entrance. Various kind of people outside. You'd see some kind of urchin kids running around, kind of see one of them pickpocket someone. Go ahead and just everyone roll a perception check. Just a general perception check. So to do that, if anyone is new to the software, just go ahead and click on your character sheet and then see the word perception under your skills.
17.
Nice. Yeah, if you just read out your rolls as well.
9.
16.
I'm trying to.
So it will be on your character sheet. You've got your character sheet open?
Yes, I do.
And it will be on the left side. You see like acrobatics, animal handling. It's down there. It will be in alphabetical order. You'll see perception.
I do not see. Oh, I do. I don't. Sorry.
That's okay. So it's I can
think
roll
I
your.
got it.
There you go.
There you go.
You
Yeah.
got it.
Cool, yeah, you got it,
There you go.
Nice.
Thank God. 4.
After all that.
I'd say with the 16 and 17, you two would see in the crowd of people, kind of on the outside, just walking along, you'd see this 7-foot tall man, very slender, a wide rounded shield on his back. On the shield itself, you could see a bow that almost kind of comes out slightly, like it's almost like it's kind of a ribbed effect on the shield itself. A long gladius kind of blade on his side, and walking along, spear hooked in the back, the helmet, a feather through it. You notice this to be Achilles. He heads on through into the marketplace, and he's gone shopping for this brief time. You can see he's got a little bit of food in his hand, kind of collecting some in a bag. Outside the actual place itself, you see the 2 guards. You see a few customers lining up and going inside, a couple of people coming out with bags of gold and a couple of guards within themselves. One person coming out, kind of rubbing their head, a little sad. You can clearly tell that they've gone through an ordeal in there. But for the most part, no one has noticed your group. Where would you like to go? What would you like to see?
I think with the 4, I think Def is very much in his own brain, not very sure if he's even wanting to go along with this. Kind of hanging back, thinking about how in the world this is going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
Nine has the maul over her shoulder, and she's skipping towards a vendor that's selling a particularly nice pink gown that that's just caught her eye, and she's just running along, singing to herself as she goes, just having a good old time. Doesn't seem. She's looking over her shoulder, making sure that no one notices her, but she's in a world of her own, just waiting for everyone else to just get in that.
You definitely draw eyes considering you've got a giant mole on your back, but for the most part, people are just thinking, oh, it's just quite a flamboyant person coming through the town. They kind of smile. Everyone kind of parts their way away from you, even though you're a small person. The mole kind of stands up in the crowd. The rest of you guys would see just disappearing into the crowd, this kind of the top end of this beautiful mall, just moving slowly towards the merchants.
Lux will pull on Fortius's clothes. There he goes. There he goes. He just went into the market.
Don't worry about him.
He's in there a long time. No, then we could just like sneak in right now because he's shopping.
You don't know what's in there.
Well, yeah, but he's gone. We just like have somebody distract him in the market. Maybe like, you know, run a little like pickpocketing and they get caught, or like, I don't know, bump into him and knock all his groceries over. Or they could scare a cat in front of him and he could trip and fall. Or what else? Well, something like that. And then he's occupied in the market.
I could distract him. Flagrum will raise his hand very obviously in front of the entire crowd.
Wonderful idea. Yes, I don't see much other use for you, so that would be fantastic. If you want to just distract him however you need to. If you die, that's fine.
Flagrum will slowly turn around and start walking towards Achilles.
Sure.
What are you going to do?
I will do my duty.
I will take this opportunity to observe the inside of the bank, perhaps.
Okay. Let's start by who's going with Photius, who's going with Nine, who's going with Flagram, or are you all just splitting up? Is there anyone else going anywhere else?
I think Def is just kind of frozen because he's like, wait, we're already splitting up, but let's
Def, you come with me because rich people always have an escort. You can be my muscle. And Lux, was it? You could probably fit inside Def's toga. I mean, he's looking a bit over the hill anyway, but perhaps we could give him a little bit of a belly, and that way you could sneak out and grab the keys. Wesro, I don't know what you do, but maybe you can go with Flagram and buy us some time.
No, he should go with you.
All right, bro.
Turns around and points towards Photius. He should not come with me. No,
He can't come inside the
run
bank.
behind him.
I'll smell up the place. Clearly.
Excuse me, dude. What do you say?
Nothing. It's fine. Don't think about it.
They're spores, dude. They don't have a smell. Just a common misconception.
I don't smell it.
I do. It's not good.
Smell a
I
lot of
smell
fish.
all of it.
You hear as Flagram's just slowly leaving.
Nine, what would you rather do, Nine? You can, I suppose.
Nine's gone into the merchant area.
Oh,
They'll be
where
closer
the
to
bloody
Flagram.
hell
Yeah,
is Nine?
she's just pieced out. She's just having a great old time.
Where is
Oh.
Nine?
Yes.
Well,
Where did the
Nine
pink
will be
girl
close to
go?
Flagram. Nine's going to be closer to Flagram. Flagram's actually heading towards Nine's area because that's where Achilles is as well.
We've lost
He's been
Nine.
walking this whole time as this conversation happens. He's
Yeah.
very slowly trudging towards Achilles.
Approaching up to the bank, Photius, the guards look at you, look across you, kind of nod their heads to allow you to enter. Walking up. Where are you right now, Lux?
I think with Def, right?
Okay. Are
In
you
Def's
doing
clothes.
the... Okay, the hiding
Def
in
is
the
pretending
clothes?
to be pregnant, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Just a little porky.
Just holding.
yeah. In this world,
Just had a big meal.
yeah, exactly. Tieflings would be seen as tieflings in this world anyway, and in Mesogaia, there is no tiefling that is the same. So they all look somewhat different. So they probably just think, okay, that one is a pregnant man. Sure. You'd be entering into the bank itself. You'd see kind of a marbled ground. You'd see the 3 clerk desks behind kind of little gated visors, various kind of ways to line up. You've got like side rooms where a couple of guards are walking up and down. You'd see in each of the kind of the 3 clerks of it, you would see kind of an with small spectacles across his nose, an older kind of grumpier human man watching down at a customer that is you see this kind of tall, 8-foot tall cyclopean man who is got a sheep by a rope, and you hear him going, you hear the clerk go,
For the last time, sir, you do not get interest on your sheep. You have to deposit gold or valuables for there to be interest. The Cyclops,
oh, if you put 2 together.
no, we don't. It's a bank.
The second clerk you'd see, a kind of very like perfectly pristine in his toga, looking like completely clean, smile in his face, a name tag kind of instilled onto his toga, just hanging off of it. You'd see a kind of a very kindly swept over hair human man as well, who's talking to an elderly woman, saying, "Of course, everything you need, of course." And she's just slowly depositing copper after copper after copper. This line seems to be the longest, with like an angry human right behind it as well. A satyr man who's got a mouthed over cockatrice held by a rope as well. And in the third line, you'd see behind the actual clerk desk, you'd see a dark skin with like almost like stars kind of lined into it. A tiefling of Nyx. You'd see this clerk who's in the traditional bank outfit, and she's dealing with a customer who is a demigorgon. You can see these kind of snake heads coming out, and he's depositing a lot of gold in several sacks of it. So each of the lines is kind of full. You'd see guards walking back and forth, just eyeing each of the customers. Some other customers just waiting at the back of the room, counting coins or talking to people about signing up for account. Who would you like to approach?
Right. I think This is complicated. Dev is like clearly out of practice. He's like, oh, I haven't done this in a while. Photios, do you know any people here?
Of course not, but it's about making friends, not knowing friends.
We're
Which
not
one do
here
you
to
think
make
looks the
friends.
most gullible? He points at the 3 clerks.
I have a good feeling about the sheep handler. I think. What do you think?
Yes, yes. We would be a breath of fresh air to him, I think. Let's wait for him to deal with the brute, and then we'll mosey on
He might
in.
be more keen to deal with us after this situation. I feel like that would be a good bet.
Good observation, Dev. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
We'll wait. We'll wait.
Meanwhile, outside, Wezro, where are you right now?
I am running after Flagrum to try to
Flagrum's
catch
speeding up
with
if
him.
he sees Wezro following him.
I know he's speeding up. I'm giving it my all.
So, Flagron, do you want to describe as you see Achilles? Achilles is stood in front of a kind of a fish merchant, and he's looking across them. You hear him as you're kind of approaching. I'll take 2 of these ones. Bagged, please. Yes, if you would. You could debone them.
Okay.
What are you doing?
How fast is Wezro basically chasing me down the street at this point? And is he aware of how much Flagram does not want him near? Because that's going to change how I interact with Achilles.
He's not
in a
aware.
sec.
I'm not aware.
He's not.
So is this like you're just like following me like a gingerly step? Or is it like you're chasing after me as if your life depended on it right now?
This is like I'm dodging and weaving through people's legs to get closer to you.
All right, so
because I'm
Flagram's like,
small.
he's moving pretty fast. He's gonna bump into Achilles like sort of hard. Help! Help!
Achilles like, turns and he immediately kind of goes into like a combat stance and then leans up. What is it, beast?
I need this. It's following me. Flagram's gonna point. Flagram's not the smartest guy. He's gonna point into the crowd as I guess Wezro would emerge from the shadows or crowd.
Okay.
I have a condition. I can't be near him, but yet he follows. Why? Why does he follow?
9, by the way, you're on the opposite stool, so you just see this all happening behind you suddenly.
Yeah, I poke my head out, going, "What's going on, lads? How are you feeling?"
Joe, can Achilles see me?
Achilles like turns, looks at you, and then looks at Flagram. Then tell the local guard. Why is this my problem?
Just drop something.
Flagram's gonna sneeze all over his face. He's gonna sneeze immediately in his face. I don't have time to find a guard. Can't you see? You need to help me. Flagram's gonna shake it once.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage because you just sneezed in his face.
Classic Flagram.
I'm gonna set the DC at like 15 at the very least for him to even be aware.
Look, I'm here to stall and distract. I don't
That's
need to
true.
be good at it.
Oh. That was
That's a 5. I rolled a 5, Joe.
-1.
I suggest you move on before I have reason to cut you down in the street.
9 comes out and she is just like, "So, should we get on with the heist then?"
Flagram's going to look at her.
What did you just
Hi,
say?
what's your name? You're quite handsome. Oh, do you know you've got snot on your face?
I'm Achilles.
A whois?
What did you say of a heist?
Oh, nothing.
Joe.
You misheard me. I was talking about a Hearst. A Hearst. My uncle, very sick. Mr. Hearst. Very sad.
Roll a deception check.
Joe, while that's going on, can I ask, can I
Yes.
cast auto self while
Okay.
he's distracted? I would like to make myself look like a small child.
Okay,
A small
sure.
human child.
Sure, yeah.
Perhaps a baby, even.
Do you mean like a toddler? You mean like a toddler, or do you mean an actual baby?
I mean
you
like
wouldn't
a
be able to
toddler,
become
like,
a baby because you
I
can't
have
hold
to
yourself
be able to
that
walk.
strong.
I
Okay,
need
yeah.
to be like a bumbling child
Sure.
that's just about able to
What kind
walk.
of motor skills
Sure.
are we talking?
But by the way,
so-
I've just rolled a 20 for deception.
And that's where. Oh, nice.
It worked.
30.
Oh, okay. Dirty 20 looks at you guys. Huh. And then looks across to Wezro now, the child. It seems the one chasing you is gone. So, you may leave now.
would you look at that? Thank you very much for your help, sir.
He's going to pat Achilles on the shoulder with a big sort of dopey smile and nod, and sort of start.
You see him just holding back anger. just the small interactions. Yes.
While that's going on, I'm gonna bumble toddler walk over to Flagram, and I'm gonna hold on to him, and I'm gonna try and gesture to him to throw me as far as he can.
Right, so here's what I'm going to do for you, Dave, okay? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a perception check. If I rolled over a 10, I noticed you transform into a baby.
Yeah.
Take me some time to
Oh
realize.
gosh,
Sure.
Is it symbolic
a random
looking up to me?
Let's come up, yeah.
I rolled a nat 20. I know this
Okay.
is in fact you.
He heard you casting
We're on the same
spell
page
behind.
now. We're on the same page.
So you want me to throw you. You want Flagram
right.
to give you a hug. And you walked up to Flagram and just touched him with your fucking bare hands.
No, I've like gestured like you throw me.
I will do as you ask, mushroom child.
And
As
Flagram's
he's
going
doing that,
to
I turn to
start picking
Achilles.
him up.
and I go, help me.
Okay, sure. Just for a second, Wezro, can you roll a performance check?
Oh gosh. Okay.
Hey, he's. You gotta give him advantage. You gotta give him advantage.
Yeah,
He's a
with
baby.
advantage, because you are
He's a baby.
a tiny
That
child.
baby advantage.
One more.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. Thank God.
An
Good job,
18.
Sam.
Okay. He turns. Achilles looks towards. So you throw him. Or
He
you're about
wants,
to.
if he's been gesturing to throw, I'm preparing the throw right now.
Where
Is
are you
what I would say.
throwing?
He told Flagram to throw, and Flagram does not want Wezro near him, so he's gonna throw him at this point. This guy's been chasing him around.
So nine starts seeing Flagram, and she's like, "I'm going long," and sprints in the direction of wherever they think that Flagram is about to throw.
Achilles is gonna turn straight. What are you doing? By Hades, if you throw that child, I will kill you.
Oh God.
Flagram's going to look at him. He's gonna look quietly back at Wezro and just sort of try to read the room here. What Wezro's trying
Why are
to
you
get
throwing?
out of it.
Why are you throwing that child?
I'm gonna give Achilles big puppy dog eyes while this is going on.
I
You just see
would,
him slowly draw his spear.
Oh no.
I would never throw a child. I was simply picking it up off of the ground.
Flagram's going to.
throw me, Achilles. He's been doing it all day.
Flagram's going to slowly turn around and try to hand the child to Achilles. It is yours now. Flagram
Achilles
nods a
is
big
gonna
nod.
take it and then put it down and then look at you, Flagram. You have 5 seconds to leave. 4.
Flagram's going to very slowly stumble away into the crowd.
And he's gonna look down at you, Ezra. Let's go and find. If you've got parents, Let's go find him.
Spirit of Westro.
And he's going to wander off with Westro to try and find his parents with him. So, cutting back inside the bank, Photius, Lux, and Death, what are you three doing?
We're waiting for this counter to become available. Once the sheep man is out of the way, we're going to approach the clock.
Okay, yeah. You see the sheep man just sadly lift his sheep, kind of put it over his shoulder and walk out, grumbling, leaving that one who goes, next.
All right.
Good
I think
morning.
Death is just nudging forward.
My name is Persephus, and I was wondering if you could help me.
Do you have an account with the gold maker?
No, but I would like to open one. You see, my father in the capital has recently passed away, and I've come into a lot of coin. I don't want to keep it in the capital. I want to keep it here.
Put it in the bank? How much coin?
Oh. Let's see now. The range of 20,000 or so, I believe. Hefty sum.
On a deception check.
All right.
Okay.
Hmm. 11. Wait, isn't that one?
That's a nat 1.
Oh.
We get a lot of your kind in here.
I doubt it.
You don't have the gold. I can tell by what you're wearing.
Oh, fine, 15,000.
Truthfully, how much do you want to open?
15,000. I was exaggerating when I said 20.
How much coin do you have on you right now?
Let me see. He's gonna... Death, my coin, please.
Just to make sure, Lux is only concealed as a pile of gold when laying down, correct?
She's like rolled
Essentially,
up
yeah.
when
When
she
coming
rolls
off
up
the
into like a little
So-
ball, she looks like a pile of coins. But if you try to like take one off, it ain't going anywhere because it's her.
If Lux is currently hiding here, if I were to like just show a little, you know,
Yeah.
a little peek,
Yeah.
would
You
that
could give a
work?
little peek. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think-
Photios will peel back the toga slightly. As you can see, my escort is
Death
carrying
is
quite
like-
a sum of coin.
He's still turning like more red if possible. He's just like just not trying to like look at the person in the eye. He's just like, okay.
And you can see why I wouldn't like to get robbed.
And he just closes it.
Roll a deception check with advantage this time.
Okay.
You've shown gold.
28.
Well, that's all you had to say. Yes, we would like to open an account with you. That sounds good.
Now, I would like a tour beforehand. I would like to know where my money's being kept. Could you arrange that?
Very well. We can take you down to one of the vaults.
Wonderful.
Yes, I'll have one of the guards do it. What should I open the account name under?
Gets out a quill, dips it in ink, pulls out parchment. You can see he's got like this kind of greedy kind of face on him now.
It's Potamus. Potamus Wart.
Potamus. Well, Mr. Wart, it's good to have your business here. Would you like to leave the gold with me now, or whilst you tour?
I think we'll keep it on our persons, just in case anyone sees me handing it over beforehand. But
Very well.
rest assured, there's much more where that came from.
Yes, I'm sure.
Places the kind of parchment aside.
You wait in the back, I'll send someone over.
I think Def just kind of breathes a sigh of relief here. He was very tense.
Photius will slap him on the back. Good job, good job. Keep your composure.
It's fine. It's okay.
So the three of you head towards the back of the room. You can see as he kind of smiles and goes over to one corner, sends off for a guard, and you see soon after a tall griffin man, kind of wings fold onto the back. Humanoid in his kind of appearance, but feathers all across him, golden feathers, and kind of it comes up to like an eagle-like face. Steps in. He has a little monocle on his eye. looks across the group, and then nods, and then heads off, and you'd see another guard come around the corner. Meanwhile, outside, by the way, Flagram and Nine, where are you guys going now?
I've grabbed the back of Flagram and I'm dragging him towards the bank. I'm just like, you're coming with me. We're just like, we have to go see what's going on. You've lost one of the group. Now we just need to find the rest of it.
His loss was a worthy one, Flagram will nod. As long as that one stays away from me, I will do the job I am expected to do.
He will nod again with a big smile. If you're grabbing him by the back, you're walking him basically, he's wobbling backwards as you take him all the way to the back.
Oh, you're disgusting. Like, it brings out a very pink hanky with, like, just an N embroidered into it and, like, throws it.
Throw it just at me?
Yeah.
All right, Flagram, it'll land on his face and it'll just sort of sit there for a second. Flagram is barely conscious. The amount of just pollen and allergic reactions he's been experiencing today
This poor guy.
from being near Wezro has left him in a horrible state, and he's going to slowly just wipe his face, and the color of it will completely and forever change to a sort of sickly gray and green. And he will hand it back to you with a big smile.
Thank you for your kindness.
You can keep it. Don't worry, I have more.
This is so kind of you.
He will then slowly place it in his bag.
So we're just going towards the bank, I guess, at the moment.
Okay, cool. You're heading towards the bank. Meanwhile, out in the kind of courtyard area, just a little ways away from the crowd, is a small child and Achilles. Achilles looks down to you, Wezro. All right, what do your parents look like? Do you know their names?
Yes, Father and Mama. These are my parents' names, and they look like good human parents do.
Yes. Okay. Right.
Are you a god?
Son of one.
What's that like?
It's fulfilling.
So, do you know where my mommy and daddy are?
I'm trying to look out for them. You haven't exactly given me an inept description.
I believe we live on the river.
Ah, very well. Then let us go. Do you need carrying? Are you okay? You've been thrown around by a furball.
Well, my legs must be broken by now, having been thrown many times by the monster. But if you could get me back to the river, maybe they could be healed.
He places a hand on your shoulder and goes, "Son, I've left many a beast. Do you need me?" Oh, sorry, he lifts it off. I apologize. I sometimes forget my own strength.
Please.
Do you need me to slay this beast?
Well, yeah, a little bit. But my mom and dad told me I should be kind, so I don't know if we should kill him. Maybe you could, I don't know, throw him for me, Mr. Achilles, a little bit.
He looks you down the eye. He kneels down to one knee and looks you straight in the face and goes, "Child, we'll get you back to your parents. I swear by my father Zeus, I will return here and I will throw that beast off the cliff. You have my word."
Gee, thanks.
I cannot fucking believe what Wezro's doing to Flagram, dude. This is fucked up.
Come, just find your parents upon the river. And he turns and begins walking out of the town with Wezro, the child. So, meanwhile, in the bank, as they're gathering up a couple of guards, you'd see.
I must say, I did give our companions not enough credit. That Achilles has simply been gone for some time. They must be quite good.
Nine and Flagram enter into the bank.
Oh.
Oh no.
I can't really see what's happening.
Leave. What are you doing?
Well,
Why are you here? This is not. Okay.
Well, we've sort of lost Wezro, and don't really know what to do now.
The mushroom is gone. Perhaps
Just
for the
ignore them and
best.
follow their escort. I don't know who they are. I don't know this. I don't know those
pretending
people.
not to know them. He's like,
Come,
please.
Death. Pass the riffraff.
A very well-dressed centaur comes out. You can see he's kind of like almost like a cloth across this horse portion of his body with like embroidery all across it, wearing a toga, a long kind of thin braided beard with like gold embedded rings around it and all sorts of gems in it. He comes out with 2 guards with circular shields, spears. Greetings, my friends. Let me introduce myself. I am Sanos, and I am here to escort you down to your vault. Are these your bodyguards, Mr. What did you say your name was?
Potamus Ward.
Of course, Mr. Ward.
Just this man is my guard. I have no idea who these people are.
If they want any autographs, they can do that outside of the building. Thank you.
Yes, they
And
must
just kind of,
recognize me.
Makes eyes.
Of course, yes.
No, we thought we were meeting up.
I said no autographs. Wait outside.
You can't make me go back out there. Flacker will point to the outside where there are trees. I will wait here until it is time, and Flagger will just walk up to a wall, vaguely just saying that, and just sort of position himself on the wall in the lobby for now.
Right. One moment. He turns towards another guard. Just keep your eye on that one. Right. If you'd like to follow me, Mr. Ward.
Thank
he
you.
turns and begins trotting away. Only one of the guards follows, considering that you're not your entire group. The other guard watches Flagger pretty closely.
Flagger watches back. Holding eye contact the whole time.
Just like looking a little bit thrown off by. Roll an intimidation check.
Flagger is not trying to intimidate, so this is all in this guy's head.
Yeah, it's a passive intimidation.
It's a 13.
It's messing with him, dude. He's just like not sure about you kind of weighing you up. He just kind of hulks up his shoulders a little bit. The centaur leads you into the back room, and you'd see he kind of pulls up a little key ring of like various keys, unlocks one of these iron gates, and begins heading down into like a long, winding staircase that leads down into this kind of cellar.
Can I roll perception to see which key was used, or are they pretty much all looking identical here?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception check.
Okay.
As Sam rolls while they start walking down,
It's a nat 1.
is gonna peek an eye out. She's gonna just keep one eye on where they're going.
Okay, yeah. Go and do a perception check for a general one for me, Lux. Photos, you look down at the keys and you're like, the silver one with the curled hair. Wait,
17.
was it the gold one? Was it the, oh no, it was the bronze one. And then you just completely thrown yourself off. 17? Okay. You begin heading down the winding staircase until you get to this like cellar long hallway. They bring you up to another gate. He pulls out another key, unlocks, opens up.
So tell me about this bank. What makes it so special?
As you're walking along, you're going past a few kind of smaller vaults and like safety deposits in the wall. It's a long kind of hallway, similar to the wine cellar, but like almost much longer. Goes for a good like couple hundred feet down. Well, it was founded by the gold maker. They believed that we needed a establishment out here in the poorest sections of Mesogaya, and thankfully we have found much wealth from the Atlanteans, who store some of their things here, and some who are traveling on land who wish to keep some of their goods here. So, quite a successful bank, if I don't mind me saying. He kind of trots along. You'll find that we keep guards. You wander past several guards, just kind of stood next to some of the larger of the vaults. Posted up at all times, and we have some other defenses in place on some of our finer vaults, though. Those are for the richest among us. Travels down a little further.
Between you and I believe I would be in one of those finer vaults. I've quite the fortune heading my way.
It is, how do I say this, for more than gold.
Like what? I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. Let me just double check. To detect thoughts, is it vocal?
Vocal and smag, but I'll try and do it with a cough.
Okay, go ahead and roll a deception check for me.
Okay.
And it'll be against his insight.
13.
Yeah, he only rolls a 7 plus a 3, so 10. He goes, oh. He lifts up a handkerchief, kind of hands it out to you.
Forgive me.
More of my
Sorry.
clientele. Yeah.
There's something like. Wait, hold on. This is live. Okay, I should be. I don't know if this will fix it. There's just an animal on my window right now.
Oh, okay.
Just like tapping. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
It's
No,
heisting you right
sorry.
now.
This never happens. I'm just really confused. Like there's
Don't
like a
worry,
little. It was like I was like, what the? Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just gonna assume that's Flagram's
version.
sneezes like going through the whole building. He's just like,
So
Alright.
you'd hear Sanos' go, "Oh, that would be betraying our clientele's trust." Meanwhile, you can hear him thinking about the crate, the one from Poseidon, the one that's for Poseidon, the one to go to Atlantis.
Wait, we saw that?
No, he's cast detect thought, so you can hear it in his
Oh.
mind. You can tell by his thoughts, he doesn't know what it is. All he knows is it's very wealthy.
Does he think about where it is?
Not currently, because you haven't really kind
Okay.
of posed that as a question.
Keep going.
He stops before this last kind of thicker bronze gate with kind of a chain link across it. 2 guards stood out. These guards are finer. They look more like military kind of guards with larger shields. The spears, their feathers in their helmets. They stand just at the ready. He stops next to one of the vaults. Turns the handle and lifts it open. You see an empty vault. This one is the finest vault we could probably offer for you before we go down to the other ones, so this will probably be quite fitting. You see, it's spacious, a good like 10 by
I
10
have
feet.
some crates with values that aren't gold.
They could be stored in here.
Would they be okay in here, or is there somewhere else they could belong?
What is inside the crates?
Jewels, trinkets, some magical items.
They'll be quite alright in here.
I'm a little bit concerned about the mold problem in this area. Maybe like this area would be flooded right during severe cases of rainfall. He kind of unconfidently says while nudging Podius at this point.
Yes, we have. He gestures to one side of the wall. You see the small kind of like poststone gate almost, with like a locked gate on it. No see-through hatch. He goes, this does lead to the sewage nearby, and we are closing this off currently. We're rebuilding it. You'll see the building works out to the western side of the courtyard. In the next 2 weeks, we'll have this entirely sealed off. So you have nothing to worry about with flooding. We have our own effects to a grating system that will release the water back into the river itself. Don't worry about it. We have that covered for our clientele.
We need
Did he
something
think
earlier than 2 weeks from now, correct?
Oh yes, any day now. My riches are due to arrive.
Absolutely, yes. We cannot wait that time. That's the message that I've been told. So
Perhaps
far.
there's something temporary I could use.
Temporary. Perhaps something higher up then. If you're worried about flooding.
Or more
Right.
secure.
This is the most secure we can handle.
It looks like that's quite the security hazard. Gestures to the door.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. 16.
If you leave it with you, I can put it in a. If leave it with us, I can put it in a more secure location.
Where might that be?
Downstairs. In his thoughts, you can think he's hearing. You hear that he's got this kind of. There's a vault with loads of panels across it.
Okay.
Like sliding discs. They look like the pottery of. You're getting the imagery through your head. They look like pottery, Greek pottery. And then you see kind of a vault with just gold piled up everywhere. And then another vault where you can see a tree in the center. Hanging, you see this kind of brown bark tree with small green wisps of plantation in it. And you'd see just on a kind of a plinth, a singular jar sat there. Nothing else in that vault. We'd have it somewhere secure in the meanwhile.
Sounds perfect.
Very well. Would you like to leave it with me now?
I should go and fetch them, I think. Yes.
Very well.
I'll be back soon.
Oh, very well. Okay. He walks out with you, escorting you upstairs and leading your group back to the main foyer of the place. Flagrem and Nine you would see as they finally arrive back up in the bank entrance.
I think they're walking past very quickly to try and avoid being associated with the two. Going outside of the
Autograph.
bank.
You said there was an autograph. And I sort of
Furbog, I'll sign your autograph outside. I'll be right back, sir.
Flagrem is still staring at the guard. You're staring at him.
The guard is like so thankful to see everyone come back. He just moves on and he starts like talking like you just see a bunch of guards pointing at you and he's like wiping sweat off his head as you guys step outside.
That was a nice man. Flagrem will follow you guys out.
To rush things along, Wesro, you're outside by the river. You've left the town. Achilles is walking beside you. He's been talking about some of his ventures. And then there was the time I defeated the great Cyclopean Goroko. Are we near your home, child?
Yeah, we're here actually. We just got here.
This is
I can see them in the forest.
Oh, do you need me to escort you?
No. I'm gonna be okay getting there. Thank you so much. I really love you a lot. You saved my life, and I appreciate it so much. Please throw that guy for me, though, and who knows, maybe I'll be a Cyclops and you can kill me one day. Right?
Right. Okay. Yes. Good luck with your parents. Try not to run into the town alone, scamp. Turns around, just starts walking towards the town with like a quickened pace, a bit weirded out by the child, but he's done his duty. What are you going to do now once he's kind of left out of your eye shot?
I am going to wait till he's a little bit further out, and then I'm going to cast, or I'm going to re-alter self to change myself a bit.
Yep. Cancel, yeah.
I'm just going to be like a different child. I'm just going to be a different child.
Sure.
And I'm just going to run. Like, I'm going to run past him, like, into the town.
He's kind of looks down at you. Oh. Slow down, you fool.
My brother says thank you.
Oh, okay. So outside the actual bank itself, the group has gathered.
All
Okay.
right. So what did you see? What did you find?
Inside, they're still renovating, but there's an old door in the western wing. It's weakened, and they're using it to take us to the sewers. Now, we can either go down through the sewers or the western wall, and that will take us to what I believe to be a door that goes down to what we are after. How many guards were there? Would I remember?
So,
as Photius is talking, you can see Def's shirt is moving a little bit because Lux is writing from memory an exact map of the route that they just took down and counting out the number of steps that Def took and all of that. She marked every guard, she marked every door, etc.
You have keen mind, right?
Yes.
So you have it. Yeah. She has a completely. You see this completely accurate map. You would have seen along the way. You would have seen 3 guards in the main room, 2 guards on your way down, and then 2 guards by the gate. On the outside, you would have only seen a couple of guards that are patrolling near the western wall.
How are we going to avoid all of them?
The sewers.
I'm not going in there.
What do you mean you're not going in there?
Are you afraid?
I simply won't fit. It's fine.
You'll fit.
And you just start sweating, thinking back about sewer memories. They weren't good.
Sewer memories.
I don't know
Sewer
what
memories.
sewer memories you might have, but we have to go in that sewer. It's the job.
It's gonna be
I
the
will
best way.
go in the sewer.
Put your feelings aside.
Yes, he can go in the sewer. He won't smell a
We're-
thing. It's fine.
We're
He
all
can
going
go.
in the sewer.
We're not going in the sewer. Absolutely not. Just start sweating more.
Then how are you going to get down there?
You see, as a little piece of paper comes out of Daph's shirt with the map on it, Lux is still in there.
And he just grabs it.
Daph, you need to get into this. Look at this is exactly the way that you went. I know how many steps you took to get to the first door, and you need to go through the sewer. There were too many guards. We're just gonna walk in alone. We're all gonna go through the sewer. That seems like the best way.
How are we going to get past the front desks?
Well, no, because we'll go in through the sewer, and then and her little hand comes out and points to like a
Exactly,
spot
the
on the
sewer.
map. We're gonna go through the sewer. We're gonna come out right there by that door, and then I think all we need to do is go downstairs, and well, then we're fine. But that part I don't know because we didn't go that way. But
Look,
we can get through.
we're going to go through the sewers. Lux is going to pick the lock to the door. And then, Nine and Death, you're going to take out the guards, and we're going to get to the vault. Easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Flagram's
Who's
gonna
gonna
raise his
carry
hand.
the
What
We
do
don't have
I
long.
do?
I don't know where
during
Achilles
this?
is.
By the way, Wesro would be running over to the group now. Or you see a tiny child that you don't recognize run up to the group.
What do you want,
Oh
child?
my god.
Get out of my face.
It's me. It's me. It's Wesro.
Oh,
Oh,
No!
I forgot he
Achilles.
He
existed.
Where's
Get out of the
Achilles?
way. We went to the river. He's gonna kill the throw guy. He's gonna kill me. We're all gonna die. We have to get out of here now.
What?
wait. Are you saying he's after you?
No, he doesn't know, but he's coming here now. He's done. He took me home. We had a good time at the river. He told me a story. He's gonna kill a cyclops. It was really fantastic, honestly. But he's coming here. We're all gonna die. We need to go now. Now.
Well, we could just go to the
Well,
sewer.
in the
now?
sewers.
Hey!
Like sort of like starts tearing up, but like tries to like
Death,
gather
if
his
you don't want to
composure.
come, then make a scene somehow, but we could use your prowess in combat.
Absolutely understood.
Okay, now get in the bloody sewer.
Do you want me to hold your
Guilty.
hand?
Is there
Okay.
like a nearby alleyway or something where we can just kind of like crawl in?
Yeah, you could
to the
probably
sewer?
hold up a grate in a nearby alley.
Yeah.
You find you're in the kind of the merchant district. You'd be able to find where like a drainage goes down into it, and then climbing down into the sewers, you'd get hit by that smell, the unfortunate smell, and the directions. With your keen mind, Lux, I'd say you'd easily be able to find your way through the sewage tunnels, and be able to make your way straight towards the bank.
As we go into the sewers, Lux pulls out like a little mask that's like all black and ties it on because she thinks that's what a thief would do. And then she pulls it down over her nose a little bit
Nice.
because sewers stink.
Yeah, nice. So you'd be following Lux, by the way, who is just kind of, darting around with a mind and then finding the perfect route that would actually make sense. Having been on top and kind of calibrated how long the distance would be, kind of turns all the right tunnels until you're hit by the opposite side of that familiar post-stone gate. It's got a lock on it. What would you like to do?
I think at
So
this
who can
point,
lock that
Def is covering his face and looking very, very nauseous. By the way, he's just about to throw up. He's not well.
Okay, past this door is the vaults. Can you pick it, Lux?
I can try. Okay. Kinda does this a little bit, gets her thieves' tools out, goes up to the door.
Okay.
She's trying to play it up a little bit because she wants to look like a cool thief. So she's gonna like examine the lock, but she has no idea what she's looking for at all. So she's gonna.
It looks like a basic kind of key lock.
Yeah. She has no
kind of
idea.
enter into.
She's just like, okay, she's got her thieves' tools out and she goes for it. So let's roll. Oh, she only got a 12.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check as well. Okay. What do you want to do, Sam?
I was gonna give bardic inspiration.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
1d8.
For the stealth check as well.
Do the 1d8 first.
Okay.
The stealth
Yeah,
check's only if
this
you
is
failed
for
the
the
DC.
thieves' tools.
stealth check if you could.
All right. That was only a 2 on the Bardic. My goodness, she's rolling terribly. Only an 11.
You click open the door, and it works. You see the 2 guards just looking towards the direction, and they immediately see this group of 6 just in the tunnel of the sewer. Now we're not going to roll initiative because we are obviously we have a limited amount of time. So you're just going to tell me, what do you guys want to do in
How
this
many
scenario?
guards are there?
How far away are
Just
they?
2.
I will
And they're stood
expend
right in front of the gate. At
2
10
spell
feet.
slots of sleep. Doom,
Okay.
doom.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead and roll sleep to see if you can knock them both out.
Okay, I'm gonna upcast then.
Well, you can cast 1 sleep spell, upcast it all the way, and you can distribute the HP on both.
Yeah.
While Photios is casting this, Flagrum would have tried to grab the nearest small thing he could throw at another being from a distance, which in this case I suppose would be Wezro. He would try to pick up Wezro and prepare to throw him over his head like a weapon.
Do you allow that? You good with that, Wezro?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Or-
How far,
okay, yeah.
How
All right.
far away are the guards?
Only about 10 or so feet.
I'm disengaging child mode. I'm back to normal.
Go ahead and do your improvised weapon, Flagrum. And did you roll the amount of stuff for sleep?
Yeah, it's 41 hit points of sleep.
I would be throwing
have-
if the sleep fails. I think
Yeah.
Flagrum would
Okay,
notice that Photios is preparing a spell and not just
Yeah,
cancel it with the
You
throw.
got Wezro in your hand. You're about to
I'm
launch it. And
ready
you
to
see
throw.
they both have 20 HP, so you see them both go and drop down to the ground as they fall asleep right in front of the gate. The gate is now an iron gate. Oh, actually, it'd be bronze gate technically, with kind of just a key lock on it as well, similar to the one you just done now, but with a chain link around it as well.
This is a shame. And
Let's
Flagrum
move.
will just drop him. He won't put him on the ground gently. He will drop Wezro from about 4 feet up in the air.
Lux is gonna check the guards' pockets.
Okay, sure.
Immediately.
I would say, bear in mind that they don't actually have any pockets. Lovely thing about ancient Greece is all of the kind of the
she's looking
the
for
skirt
like a key
wears.
or whatever.
But you wouldn't actually find a key on these guys, but you would find a spare dagger. You'd probably find a little note tucked into one's pocket. On the note, you would see the words written left, right, left, left, right, right, right.
Okay, she's gonna take it.
Okay.
What did you just grab,
Flagrum.
Lux?
9.
think
Drag these guards into the sewer.
This could be dance steps or maybe a code. It just says left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, right.
Let me have a look at that. And he takes it, obviously. I think just looking at the rest, it just says left, right, right? Just a route?
Left, right, left, left, right, right, right.
It could
I
be
think
a
Dev
dance.
would probably understand that this is going in the direction that we need to go into.
Roll an intelligence check.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna drag the guards' bodies into the sewer tunnel we came from.
Yeah,
How do I
Just
do this?
hacking them into.
I'm lost.
If you do a straight intelligence check, it'll be on the left side. You can see where it says the word intelligence of your core. It will be right
just
where it
doesn't
says the
say
10.
anything.
See where like
now
the
it does.
6
Okay, yes, I see it. I'm back where I was before. Intelligence. All right.
Just click the word intelligence and it will do it.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you work out actually, instead of directions, this looks more like a code lock
Oh.
sequence.
All right.
So,
And
You're
I
now in
assume
front
that
of the
Dev
sign gate.
probably recognizes this from a previous job. So he goes, "No, I recognize this pattern. This is a lock. This is how we get to where we need to go."
Okay, here's the plan. Wezro, can you disguise as one of these guards?
I could be a small guard, a very small guard. Yes.
Be a normal sized guard. I'm gonna cast enlarge on him.
Okay. And so Wezro runs over and he starts looking at them to get a good look, so he knows how to look. for
And
the
then I will
guards.
disguise self as the second guard.
okay.
The rest of you pick this lock, go find the vault. We'll close the door behind you and act like no one's in there. Buy you time.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. You got the lock in front of you. How do you want to get through this one?
I mean, Lux can try to pick it again, and hopefully she will
Go for it.
do a better job.
Does enlarging make his spores worse for
14 this time.
Oh, the
It
more
probably does make
reason
them
that he
sizable.
should stay here.
I'll give you inspiration.
All right.
1d8.
18.
18. You easily pick through this lock, and you see a staircase that leads down just behind this gate towards a larger vault at the bottom.
Okay, having
Okay.
stuffed the guards in the sewer, Photius will say, "Good luck, Lux," and give one more bardic inspiration before closing the vault behind them and resuming guard duties with Resro.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Down at the bottom of the stairs, as you're heading down there, you see this wide circular, built out of kind of stone and kind of brass and bronze that's kind of been lined into it. You see this circular vault door. On the outside of it, you'd see a series of circular panels. On the right side, there's 6 of them. They're stationary. These panels are almost like circlets, right? The stationary ones on the right side, and on the left side, it looks like you can turn them on each side. Think of it kind of like a key lock, but they have imagery. They're like Greek pottery. The right side ones, from top to bottom. The first one depicts a man brushing a lady's hair that drifts backwards, flowing almost like in the wind. The second one depicts a table full of empty plates and a man with an oversized belly holding it after a feast. The third one depicts a merchant stall with 50% off on different signs, shaking hands with a customer and gold tipping his way. The fourth one depicts the process of grain being transported into flour, and it highlights around the flour. The fifth one shows a hand holding out a curvy green fruit, which is you'd know to be a pear. And the sixth one shows a family of 2 parents, a girl and a boy, and the boy is highlighted. So those are the stationary 6 circlet panels. On the left side, you see one's already clicked into place. The top one, or the one, sorry, the top one, you'd see a rabbit, or more likely a hare, has been clicked into place with a lady brushing the hair. The other 5 are not in place. You have, going downwards, a picture of a sun, the sun in the sky, a white petaled flower, the number 8, 2 people side by side, and a caged man.
This is unfortunately not my exact
So to ease you guys along with the puzzle,
skill set.
I will let you guys roll intelligence or wisdom, depending on what you're trying to depict.
This is
Intelligence will get you
certainly
information of what
not
this
my
would be like.
skill set.
I'll do a
Intelligence will
wisdom.
give you information on what it will be, like kind of what this probably is. Wisdom would be how to solve it.
Just a straight roll.
Just a straight roll.
All right, I'll do wisdom.
I would do wisdom
10.
because my intelligence is bad.
Yes,
Okay.
I think
I
the same
would
over
also
here.
do wisdom.
14 is wisdom for me.
Okay, with the 14s on wisdom, you look at hair and hair. These are homophones or homophones. These are words which sound the same, but mean different things, and they've clicked into place.
Oh, so 8 is the person eating. The hair is the hair. The sun is the sun.
The flower is the flower.
Yes.
So,
And then is that one left?
no. The pear and the merchant stall.
Oh, and
And-
the pair and the
Oh,
2
and the
people, the
pair.
couple.
The pear and the pear.
The pair. Oh, of course.
And then the last one is the last ones.
It all makes sense now. Flagrum will not be retaining most of this and just sort of nodding in the corner.
Yeah, like a rabbit and a hare, right? And the hare, you get it?
Def
Flagrum?
nods, also not really sure what to do with this information. at this point.
We'll click them all into place.
Okay. Yeah, you guys solve it quickly. The last one was sell. You click them all, and the door. The first door rolls aside. The second one has a circular, kind of spinning dial.
This is it. This is the left dance moves. Left, right, left, right. Right?
Def steps forward, knowing exactly what to do, pulls out the paper that Lux gave him earlier, and he says, "Stand back, everybody. I'll do this."
Okay.
And has a try, I think.
All right. Yeah, you've got the paper in front of you. Left, right, left, left. Each time you hear the click, 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 as it clicks, and you go right, right, right. It moves inwards into the door and turns the other way, revealing a vault filled with scattered coins all across it.
I think Def at this point is a little bit skeptical about the situation because that was too easy.
Go ahead, everyone who's at the front now. Meanwhile, by the way, a guard would come up towards you, Wezro and Photis, and say, "All good? Everything okay?"
I'm going to use my actor feat to perfectly mimic the voice of the guard that we alerted before he fell asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, not a peep.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll for that. That makes he wouldn't suspect a thing. All right. Well, we're going to be sending someone else down here soon. You two can get off in about 10 minutes.
All right.
Thanks,
mate.
Sure, bro.
Drink plenty of water down here. And then he turns and walks and carries on heading away. Meanwhile, in the vault,
Let me do the talking.
Sorry, dude.
Can everyone roll an investigation check in the vault?
Sure.
As you stood there in front of this room filled with, it looks more like a dragon's hoard than a bank's vault properly. Gold just piled in various forms.
Only a 5.
We're not finding whatever's in that vault.
I'm
by the looks of these. I got 6.
What do I roll? Sorry? Oh,
Investigation check.
Okay.
Can I message
Yes.
9?
Oh,
Yes.
There we go.
I would.
Yeah, go ahead, message.
I'll message 9 and say like, you have 10 minutes until the guard swap shifts, so you need to be out in 10 minutes.
how are you talking to me? What is going on?
There's no response.
What are you talking about? Flagrum will look over at 9 now, confused and startled.
She's spinning in circles looking for who's talking to her, doesn't know. Something tells me that we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes until
10 minutes?
The guards come.
Flagrum's gonna sidle over to Def and just say she's already cracking under the pressure. I'm not surprised.
There's not even a crate, right? We don't see either the whip or the crate, right? It's just
No, this is just a room filled with gold.
We have
It's a
10
big
minutes,
vault.
and we're not even in the right room.
I
There's not-
could cast detect object or locate object, but I'm not sure if that would be a
Oh,
good
Def
idea
got a
in this case.
16 on the investigation. The rest of us rolled low.
Oh yes, I do have the 16.
You'd notice with the 16, something shifts in the gold. Similar to when you look at Lux, portions of the gold are moving as if kind of fused together. And for the briefest time, you think you see a tooth as the gold closes back down.
This isn't gold.
It's
Def
not.
just kind of
gold.
like stands back and gathers everybody behind him, I think. This isn't gold. And just kind of looks at Lux, who probably knows what he's talking about, I hope.
Oh. Is it like this? She's gonna curl into a little ball. And then pop back out.
And
Similar
he just kind of
concept.
silently nods, trying not to speak up anymore.
You must do something. We cannot stay here.
Do we see like a door on the other side of the room?
No.
It's
Nothing.
just this room. That's it.
It just seems to be an empty room full of the gold. Whatever's shifting in it.
Flagrum starts to
wake
pick
that
up
thing up.
something.
I was gonna
Flagrum's
say,
gonna allow
How big
me
is
to
the
try
room?
something first. Flagrum's. Is there like any rocks around, like things on the ground near Flagrum?
Probably, yeah, sure. I would say from you'd be able to get like a fallen, where like almost like where the walls kind of been caved in a little bit. You'd be able to get some of the rubble off of the actual kind of brick wall, concrete wall.
If this thing's like this thing's sort of alive, Flagrum's gonna throw something near it to like see if it is aggressive or something's gonna happen that maybe we don't want to just pick it up right away. So he's gonna like sort of toss something underhand towards it.
Okay. Ting, ting, ting. He just sees the gold like lifts from it and just drags the rock under. And see a mouth almost just kind of morph out of the gold from him and just spit the rock out against the wall. Mouth looked almost like a jelly-like, almost like stretched flesh.
How big is the room?
Like a 30 by 30 feet.
Do you think
And
it's
all we see are-
covering an entrance? That's what Def would ask, I think. We need to get past.
We
How are we
need to
gonna do
go
this?
past it.
Well, 9 draws them all.
I will throw things at it
Yeah.
until it is.
Relax.
Okay.
We don't know what will happen.
Flagram
We
picks
barely
up
know what
another
this is.
rock.
Something.
We saw how
What do you guys want to do? Not to rush your alarm, but you're going to got a
9,
small
you got
amount of
a
time if you
message.
want to get the stuff.
9 minutes.
I lift my maul above my head and bring it straight down onto the goal to see what happens.
Okay, go ahead and roll a maul attack. As you just bring up your maul, just slam it down on the gold, you'd see, instead of the sound of like crashing gold, you would see the body of a mimic start to form on the top of it as you hit against it. This is a horde mimic. You feel it kind of crunch into the top of its brain. How much
Yeah,
damage you do?
28.
Nat
Does a
20,
nat
by the
20.
way.
Oh, nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and click the maul button, and it will roll the damage in the chat.
Come on, Les.
So
19 points of
19
bludgeoning
points.
damage. Yeah, you just slam it down. You feel as the body of the mimic just like shifts and shoots to the side, revealing a trap door below. You see as it kind of curls up, momentarily dazed. This trap door kind of leading down. It moves away from it. The gold, some of the gold is real around the room, but most of it's kind of morphing around this horde mimic. See a great big mouth start to form. What do you guys want to do?
I think
we-
Def is picking up Lux and pulling Flagram by the scruff of his neck.
Can we tell if the trapdoor's locked?
It's open. It's
It's
like
open?
well,
Yeah.
it's just a door you can pull.
Okay.
All right.
Do we just run for it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lux will just book it, I guess.
I think
Yeah, I
Def
guess
is
we go.
dragging
Okay.
Flagram.
Yeah, you'd be dragging me. Flagram would almost be still trying to pick up something off the ground to throw at it to make sure it remains
Def
dead.
is absolutely like trying to get whatever is in his hands out of his hands and
We
just
must
rushing
finish
him.
the fight.
Come on, we have to go. I'm gonna throw you.
So you're gonna shoot down to the trapdoor?
Yes.
Okay. You dive into. Is everyone going down the trapdoor? Or is anyone staying to fight?
I think
I guess
Mine?
if I'm being dragged, I would go where I'm being dragged. I don't think Flag would be fighting that off.
Okay. You pull away the trapdoor, and this kind of moment of its surprise. The mimic's not used to usually being surprised. It's kind of dazed. It's a mouth like morphing. Trapdoor comes over. Everyone starts kind of diving down. Just as like Flagron's about to go in, it comes for you to bite over you. And you just slip underneath it. Kind of, you just see it drift atop. The gold coins are clanking above you, and you go down the ladder. And in a dimly lit vault behind you, right in the center, is a large tree with small bits of kind of green bush along the branches. Twigs hanging from it, whips hanging from the bottom. And on a pillar to one side, just like a little kind of plinth, sits a jar with a symbol of Zeus on it. The jar's lid is on. It's just a pickable jar. Would you like
I
to grab?
run towards the jar.
Okay. You run up
Like
to the jar.
skipping towards it.
Skipping
And
towards it.
I pick it up.
Okay, you hear it. As you lift it, you just see sand start spilling into the room.
Hey.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Nine.
What?
Is the trapdoor the only way out?
Yes.
Okay. We can't definitely stay in here. We're gonna have to get through that trapdoor and grab this whip. I thought there was a crate. Maybe that's it. I don't. Okay. She'll grab the whip.
Okay, what, are you going to snap a whip off?
Yeah.
Okay, you grab that. The sound starts to rise. What do you guys want to do?
Is it coming? Is it coming? Like, we just got to get back up the trapdoor unless it's coming from a spot that we can block.
No, it's pouring in from all different holes in the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just run back. Wait, can I open
We don't
the
have
jar?
to
What's
run back.
inside it?
If the trapdoor is...
The mimic's
is it-
right there, so we gotta like. Hey,
You
Nine,
guys are getting
how
filled
do
with
you know-
sand. Sand is filling into the room right
we
now. It's up to your
we
ankles.
We run.
It
Get
is
back
time
up.
to leave.
Run
Okay,
as much
You're
as
climbing up.
possible.
who's at the top?
I'm at.
Can
no.
I? Okay, this is dumb. Can I? As I go up the trapdoor, can I do my wings unfurled? And so
Okay.
spend use that instead of step of the wind to fly up out of. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not crossing the ground,
Yeah.
right? I just want to fly up into the air with the whip, like. Shoop.
Yep, you zoom out.
All right.
The mimic was kind of waiting to attack, so it's going to take its attack roll disadvantage.
Okay.
But it's distracted by you.
All right.
And it's going to hit you. And
Okay.
it's going to do. A total of 14 points of piercing damage as it bites you in the air, and 17 points of acid damage.
Okay.
As it kind of injects the acid into you, pulls back, but it's distracted as everyone else starts coming out.
Okay.
So
Oh.
I draw back for another like, just hitting him with them all again.
Yeah, knock him back. Cool.
Also, with that, I want to get as close to the door as I can, right? 'Cause
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
my-
you can still just rush past it, even though
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah,
bit, and it's not
yeah.
holding on to.
Well, yeah. Well, while I'm passing, Flagman would try to grab something off the ground and strike the mimic with a
Go for it.
improvised weapon attack.
Throw something. Yeah,
It's a
Oh, wait.
25.
that hits.
And am I? If it's at the trapdoor right now, like that close, this would be sort of in a melee range, right?
Yeah.
So I would say instead, he would strike it with a melee attack and attempt to grapple using my tavern brawler.
Okay.
I would attempt to grapple the mimic.
Okay.
What do I do for that roll?
Go
Is
ahead
that
and roll
just,
an athletics check against its athletics check, but it's
Okay. It's a 17. Sorry,
it's going to
14.
let you grapple it because when you
14.
grab hold of it, you find yourself stuck to it. Now outside, you guys start to see as a couple more guards start coming down the hallway.
I think in preparation,
This is the make or break moment.
Def is. I would like to cast Aid if possible,
Okay.
just to make sure that Lux is okay if
If I'm-
within range. Is she within range?
Yeah. Lux is in range. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. For Lux 9 and Flagram, then.
Okay.
How do I?
We're gonna do it. It kind of automatically
Okay,
rolls
yeah.
for it.
Okay.
Would the guards have run past us, or would we hear them moving?
No, they're coming down. They're starting to walk their way towards you now.
Oh, okay.
Like it's
okay,
it's
cool.
change over time.
Okay,
We're going to
yeah.
skip part through combat, by the way, because we only have like 5 minutes or so to wrap things up. But what would you guys want to do for this kind of portion? Right now, Flagram, though, you're attached to this mimic.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Flagram's intention was to grab this mimic and throw it down the trap door.
Okay. You're going to pull it with you then?
He was going
And
to
then-
try.
You're now attached to it. If you want to escape it and get out in time, you're going to need to beat its DC of 16 on your athletics check to tear it off of you.
Do I do an additional roll?
Yes, please.
Okay. Flagram will try to throw him down the hole and detach himself with a 22.
You just almost like tearing a band-aid off. You just tear off and just drop it down the hole. You see it kind of trying to push its way up, push the kind of lid on it. You see its kind of mouth coming out. You hold it down. and you've
my
cleared out the
God.
hallway. The guards
I
start
have
walking. They're
defeated
within
the
eye shot.
beast. And Flagrum will slowly wobble after the others.
So,
I think
you
Def
managed
is
to get
just
your way
kind
out of the vault.
of shocked. His mouth is just open, and he's just like,
Nice one.
okay. Just staring at Flagrum, like bumbling past. Completely
You guys
in
make it out of the vault with the vase and or the jar and the whip. You get upstairs. The guards are kind of talking to each other as they walk.
Are they far away from us still? Enough that they can come
they're
out?
they're still down
Okay.
the hallway. Yeah.
Yeah,
you have, like,
so
10 seconds
Photios
or
will
so.
peek in the door. Are they coming up the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay, he'll say, give me the jar. Go that way. They won't suspect me in case you get followed.
I don't trust him. Suddenly. But
Oh,
okay.
no.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know who had the jar. Who had it
No,
first?
give it to
Nine
Wes.
did.
I have it. I'll give it to Wezro instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you. I think Def
Wes-
is on board.
Wezro, I can talk my way out of this. Give me the jar. I'll meet you back at the bar.
Don't worry, dude. I got this.
Okay. So
I think
you guys
Def
are
is just
submitting
kind
a
of
posting gate.
glaring
What's
at
he doing?
Photius right now, just like, nah.
Nah. And so then we just run towards the sewer.
Okay. So you guys rush out of the posting gate and get out of the sewage.
Yep.
They will, sorry. I'll nod to Wezro to swap with the guards and walk out the main way.
Okay. You start walking out the main way. The rest of you kind of go out onto the main street. We'll skip along a bit. Photius, are you doing anything on your way out?
Yeah, as we get up to the guards, I'm going to drop enlarge so that Wezro shrinks.
Okay.
That's so mean.
Damned.
You'd see as the guards come around you.
Hey, he's a fake!
What's going on? They wrap around you, and you're covered and surrounded by guards. They tell you to drop everything you've got.
Bro, that was really not cool. And then, do I see Achilles nearby at all?
No, Achilles is not around at the moment. You guys are just
Okay.
upstairs.
Your BFF.
And we're surrounded.
Yep. You have to make. We've only got a couple minutes, so we're gonna have to rush this one along. So,
Photios will tell the other guards, I'll get that to Achilles. And he reaches for the jar.
okay.
Oh,
He takes the jar for you.
Joe, can I use this racial for my mushroom guys? It's berserk spores.
Oh no.
So
Okay, sure.
as an action, I can expel spores to incite bloodlust in one of the guards, and I want them to just go berserk, like go crazy.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you're gonna cause a huge fight down in there at the same time. So
Yeah.
a fight breaks out.
Yeah.
Photius takes the jar and slips away. As everyone's waiting outside, you never see Photius return. There's a point where Achilles comes straight up to Flagram. And just to kind of give an epilogue to this one shot. Flagram,
Oh no.
Achilles comes straight up to you.
The nice man from the crowd. Flagrum will say with a big smile.
And we'll dawn on the group with Achilles kind of being standing over Flagram. Meanwhile, back in Lux, do you give the whip to the old lady?
Yeah, I would have gone back with it. Very
She takes it and she
earnestly.
smiles to her. Oh, well. Stavros like, right, we wait around here for Photius. And the old lady takes the whip and says,
Thank you so much, dear. Hope you got the gold you needed.
and she walks out, heading out into the street.
Oh yes, the gold.
As you're all waiting around inside, empty-pocketed, the old lady walks out into the street and out of the town. There's a moment where the couple of children watch her as slowly her form starts to change. And you see as her dress kind of converses around her body. She starts to become that of an 8-foot tall, slender man with very kind of pointy features. Hair kind of drifts back to be black, white, and gold, all the way kind of into a ponytail. And you'd see as it holds up the plant and says, huh, the trickster, Loki. This is the mistletoe, huh?
Oh.
And continues walking out of the town. Meanwhile, cutting outside, a couple weeks later, Photius takes the jar, hands it to a woman. She smiles to him and says, "Finally." And Pandora opens a box, and all of the hatred in the world exits.
Wow.
And that is where we'll end the one shot, as we only have a couple minutes to wrap up, and I want to give everyone shout outs. But thank you all for playing Hermes Heist. Sorry we had to rush it along at the end. If you are interested in this campaign and this little prequel teaser to this thing, I'm about to start running 2 new campaigns set in this world. One is a hero campaign following, which is probably going to be called Mistletoe, where you're going to be following the journey of potentially Ragnarok and the war of the gods between the 2 pantheons. And the other one is going to be a villain campaign, where it's up to the villains to get Pandora's box and take out the only thing that didn't escape, humanity's hope. In the meanwhile, though, thank you everyone for playing. Those campaigns will be starting up in the next few weeks, month or so. We'll be getting it all ready. It's in my own world here. But let's give a shout out, find out where everyone can find you guys. Let's go around from the opposite way this time. Strippin, where can we find you? What do you do?
What's up, guys? My name's Strippin. You can find me at twitch.tv/Strippin. I play games every day from 2 Eastern. The what, and the why are a mystery. Look, Dave. I don't normally betray the groups, okay? This was a one-time deal.
This is your one chance. It's okay.
As soon as you said give it to me, I was like, no.
I was wondering if anyone would put together, because I was like, I said, give me the jar. Like, how would I have known, right? But
Mr. Dave.
Very cool. I'm Dave. You might find me on Twitch. You might not. And you can't find me anywhere else. But I might be doing more D&D with Joe, so you might see me there.
That's true. Tomato.
Hey, I'm Tomato. You can find me at Twitch at Tomato. I also tweet sometimes. That's it. Thanks.
Cool. Cyarin.
Twitter and Instagram at Cyarin with an E. I draw, and sometimes I'm on Twitch as well, but without the E. But with games sometimes as well. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for playing. Memento.
You can find me on Twitter at Imamela. Normally I'm writing about games. That's my day thing. And then I normally stream under Memento, and I'll do that 3 times a week. Sometimes I will be actually doing real life archery in my back garden. So that's
cool.
Me.
That's so cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, that is
it's fun. I had to ask Twitch, like, is it allowed? Is this a weapon? Like, it's fine. It's fine.
That's awesome. OLG? OldLadyGamer?
Hello, I'm OLG. I don't have any cool hobby like archery or anything. This feels like such a letdown now. I will tweet hot takes, which are not actual hot takes, on movies that everybody else has seen years ago. Sometimes I stream, like once a month I stream on a Saturday, and also I'm in a D&D campaign with Joe on Sundays.
And I've been your DM for today. Thank you so much, D&D Celebration, for having us. Enjoy the rest of your event. You can find me on Joe Fudge. I run a D&D show called Godforged every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Come on by if you want to see some fun D&D.
It's awesome.
And it's
really
very fun. And we'll see you guys around. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day with D&D Celebration. And thanks for having us, guys. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye.